Hi guys, today is the 1st of July 2019 at 14 minutes past 3, and hopefully you would have seen the video I just uploaded about the situations unfolding in Hong Kong and how that may lead to China sending in their military to deal with the situation. A similar situation that happened in Tiananmen Square, which resulted in a lot of injuries. And this whole scene, the fireworks, had a few different references, but Independence Day, whether that's July 2nd or July 4th, as I say, we're looking, but a lot of things are really ramping up towards July 2nd, and obviously there's some indications in this video that may point to July 2nd. Tomorrow is the eclipse, so while all of that is going on, I feel like this next scene is about to unfold as well, with the Israeli/American fighter jets launching an attack on Iran, and war ensuing after that, with the use of the MOAB in Iran, and at the same time some sort of volcanic eruption in or around the area. And I think that's about to unfold because Iran has crossed the nuclear red line. It has breached the limit on its uranium stockpiles. So Israel has said that it would launch an attack on Iran if that happens. So here we go. Iran has breached the limit of its stockpile on low enriched uranium set under a 2015 nuclear deal with world powers, according to sources. The breach comes less than a day after senior US allies of the White House had warned that Israel would strike Tehran as soon as the uranium limit was breached. There is growing concern that now Iran has crossed the uranium red line, Israel could soon step up its military confrontation with a strike on Iran. Last night, Israeli jets targeted Iranian-linked military bases from Lebanese airspace. According to Syrian state media, 4 civilians were killed and 21 injured in Israeli missile strikes near the Syrian cities of Damascus and Homs. Excuse me. Israel has refused to comment on the strikes, but has previously said it will not allow Iran to entrench itself in Syria. The facilities hit were linked to Iranian forces, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, a British-based monitoring group. So, according to this report and sources that are talking, Iran has breached the nuclear deal and gone past the uranium limit. If that's true, we should start hearing in the mainstream media about this, and I think the obvious title will be a reference to uranium, which is the first word in the boy's eyes as he's lying there on the ground. Moving pretty fast, so see if I can actually, I'll just slow it down instead of trying to be lightning quick with my reflexes. So just coming up in this part, this word going across, I believe that's uranium. And as I say, if Iran has breached the deal, uranium is about to be talked about a lot in the news and going past that limit. So that'll be the first word. And then we have markets plunge. And if Israel launches an attack on Iran, then you've got the whole situation with Iran responding, blocking the Strait of Hormuz, which will cause the oil prices to go up and the stock markets to plunge. Attacking Iran in general will cause the stock markets to plunge. So that would be a logical to follow. And then after that, we have war coverage, which again, if we're talking about uranium now, and then the markets start plunging because that's happened, then we have war coverage with the planes coming in, launching the attack on Iran, Iran responding. We have this, let's see if I can pinpoint it. So we can see that in this scene, there's an image of a man. I'm not sure if it's Donald Trump, but that's my interpretation. But the main point here is we've got the submarine and the response is coming out the top of it. And we have these buildings over here representing an aircraft carrier abstract. That could be the USS Vincent or the USS Abraham Lincoln. Obviously, I think it's linked to the USS Abraham Lincoln. We have the character here, which, could be Abraham Lincoln-like, and again, all seeming to be linked together but chopped into different places in the video. So basically, whether, I mean, as I said, as it says in the report, Israel would immediately respond. So that would suggest that there will be some kind of response either today or tomorrow. And if that happens, then obviously things are right on track for things really unfolding on Independence Day, July 2nd. Then you have the potential for China sending in its military. You saw the situation in the previous video, how big it's getting. So, I mean, how long will the Chinese government allow that to go on? I don't think for very much longer, especially with all the media coverage is getting. They'll want to stamp that down quite quickly. So you might see, again, the military coming in, which is in this scene. Donald Trump just going to the DMZ. The royal baby about to be baptized, which, if the royal baby here is a connection to this figure here, then this is all surrounding the birth and the emergence of the Antichrist. Obviously, baptism and everything have a lot to do with the birth. And then plus, we've got the other interpretation with the apple representing the football being dropped from the girl, the woman. So, possible representation of the Women's World Cup going on there. Some form of attack. Tomorrow I'm looking out for something happening in France in the Lyon Stadium. Also a cyber attack somewhere in the United States, and I expect both of those events to be blamed on Iran. I've taken note of Donald Trump's meetings over the last couple of days, and he's met with Putin, he's met with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he's talked with Xi Jinping over the trade war, and he's met with Kim Jong-un. The one opposition country he hasn't met with is Nasrallah or anyone from Iran, Rouhani. No one from Iran. So if anything were to happen in France or in the United States or in the UK in association with the underground network and stuff like that, then the likely country to get the blame is going to be Iran, the one country that Donald Trump hasn't said he's got a good relationship with. So, you guys, with all of that said, I think there's a lot to watch out for today, tomorrow, the day after that, and pretty much all the days after that. But significantly, there's a lot of things connecting to July 2nd, the eclipse, the World Cup, potential for China to send in their military, potential for Israel to launch a strike on Iran. It's all very much on the edge, so pay attention. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.